WrestleMania 42 is this coming Saturday, and we need to go over all the predictions. We got to go over all the matches. We got to go over how terrible this build has been. We're going to go over everything. But before we do, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe, all the good stuff. We need to get right into this because Pat McAfee has destroyed WrestleMania. Would you not agree?
I mean, he's making it cheaper for us.
Dodge Ram is making it cheaper for us. The fact that you're pricing out your audience and you can't even have the balls to say, we are going to lower prices for you. No, the only reason you're getting a discount is because fucking Dodge Ram is sponsoring you to get 25% off. So you're still going to pay $700. But don't worry, Dodge Ram's got your back. Fuck Pat McAfee. Anyway, this is going to be the kind of energy you're getting on this episode because we need to go over all sorts of stuff here. So we're going to go over the predictions. I'm going to go over also the names that are missing WrestleMania. So stick around to the end for that because that is a crazy list of people that are not on this card. Mm-hmm. MVP, are we ready for this?
Ready.
Let's kick off on high gear here. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Mm-hmm. We're just going to get right into this, okay? WWE has taken the best feud that they could have put on this card. They sacrificed Drew McIntyre's title reign to get to this match. And all I see on TV is Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee getting involved in this. You started off great with Orton hearing the voices and the 09 Orton. All that's gone. It's just him listening to Pat McAfee. That's what this is now. And Cody don't like it any more than anyone else does. I mean, even CM Punk is talking shit about Pat McAfee. So before we get into the prediction here, I'm going to ask your opinion. Yeah. Is this TKO versus WWE stuff all, and I know the answer, I think, but is it mostly real life drama and a little bit of storyline? Is it all storyline? Is it all real world? What do you got to say?
I'm of the opinion that what's being reported, it's not. I mean, because TKO and WWE, they're one. It's like, hey, my guys are going rogue. If my guys are going rogue, I'm shutting this shit down. You know what I mean? Yeah. Honestly, Orton was being cheered. I mean, they're singing his song Walk Into the Ring. I think the big thing is they're just trying to avoid Orton getting cheered.
But this is the wrong way to do it. On this episode, when they walked out, who had the championship on their shoulder? Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee. No, but, I get it, but
like they're putting heat on Pat McAfee.
How else would you do it with like a month left build?
All you had to do is let Orton be vicious. That's literally all you had to do was just let him be 09 Orton is all you had to do.
Minus Brandy Rhodes getting DDT'd. And I'm even convinced that wouldn't do the trick. Orton would have still been cheered.
Right. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, you are a heel. You're saying heelish things. Mm-hmm. It should not matter if we end up cheering him or not. If anything, you should say, okay, people are into this match. And they're going to respond. Like, they want Orton to win. Like, so even if you have Cody win, okay, we're disappointed, but we went into it wanting Randy to win. All we can say right now, there's no one saying how much they're looking forward to this match. Because there's the residuals of last year's Mania with Travis Scott getting involved and all that. And we're right back to it with Pat McAfee. Now, there were people that commented on our TikTok videos that said, but Pat McAfee can actually do stuff in the ring. And it's like, true, but there's no need for him or Jelly Roll in this story because they keep saying the thing. There's 20 years of history. So all you said it right there. Nothing else was needed. They could have carried this without any help. If you wanted to insert a little help, CM Punk and Roman Reigns kind of needs a little because they lost some steam coming into this. But the only reason it picked steam back up is because CM Punk started talking about Pat McAfee, who's in the other main event. Like, this is crazy. And Roman wasn't even on Raw. He's got one appearance left till Mania. I'm telling you. So is there a little bit of a storyline, TKO, WWE? Maybe. And I will accept it if we end night one with a different outcome and it's not just Pat McAfee. If a Kevin Owens showed up and they had this like team TKO, like I'm for that. But Pat McAfee alone is not moving tickets. He's just making us pissed off.
I'm thinking it's another one of the we're gonna make it so seem like we're taking the main event away from Cody, and then all the Cody crybabies can rally around, and then we'll switch it on them. This is all what it seems like at the end of the day. Oh, we're gonna get all the fans against us, and then we're gonna switch it by chopping down the prices. Yeah, I know you want. You say it doesn't matter if the heel gets cheered here, but if you're trying to get to an 09 Orton, it does matter because no one cheered 09 Orton. He was just a flat out heel in every sense of the word.
But what you're missing, he's also had 15 years since then of gaining a lot of fan support. Like even more than he did back then. The tenure of time changes. So 09 Orton worked because he was a heel most of his career till that point. He hadn't really been babyface before that. So people just were used to booing him. But then when he turned face and he had all these different matches against the Fiend, and he's been a babyface for years now, it feels like. A lot of years that it's going to be hard to hate him. Especially, and here's the thing. Does it say about us that we are cheering Orton because we want him to win? Or are we cheering him because we want Cody to lose? Because we don't want to see Cody be champion anymore. The question is not just can we get Orton booed? The question is who's he going against? Everyone has a little bit of Cody fatigue right now when it comes to him being champion. If he's in chase mode, sign me up every day of the year because he's so damn good in chase mode. But right now, look, you just took the title off of Drew to give it to Cody to go to this match, and it's not even about him and Orton anymore. It's about Pat McAfee and TKO and ticket prices, and absolutely terrible. We've rambled. Give me your prediction. What is the outcome of this match?
Randy Orton wins.
Now, I agree. The call should be Randy Orton to win. However, last year, a crowd favorite turned heel and beat Cody Rhodes to achieve a high, most championships ever won. And this year, a crowd favorite turned heel on Cody Rhodes to win the 15th championship. Like, it's rinse and repeat. It's the same thing.
Are you saying pivot, have Cody retain?
No, I think that unfortunately, with everything that has gone down, Randy needs to win, but this is probably going to be a feud that lasts like 5 months. It's going to be a really long feud with him and Cody. And I'm scared because this is going to end up like every Cody story. He'll just regain the championship again. He won't go in a different direction and do other stuff. That's the problem.
Well, so he can lose a couple of times en route to winning it again.
But I would like to see a year of Cody away from the title. I want it to feel fresh again when he wins it. Like say Mania next year, he wins it back. I would like to see him do other stuff this year. Have that feud with Jacob Fatu. Like have different feuds that we teased and never really got. Him and Jacob were at each other's throat. And that's the other thing. I brought it up before. WWE is so damn focused on panic mode of like, We need to sell tickets. They sacrificed all the stories they were building to, right? So like the story has always been Drew and Jacob and Cody and Orton. It's been that. They could have easily put this as a fatal four-way. Didn't need Pat McAfee. It probably would have sold more tickets as a fatal four-way. Because then the threat could have been, we don't need people to want Cody to lose. He could lose without even being involved in the finish. He could be outside hurt, and then Jacob could pull a moonsault and win. You know, that's what should have happened. But we sacrificed all these stories because we need to move tickets. So, let's get Orton and Cody. Oh, but you know what? It's like when you're cooking and you just keep adding shit to the pot that you're like, well, this would seem good. Oh, this might taste good. Oh, they might like this. Like, just leave the recipe alone. Let it cook.
Well, it's also that as much as there's already a lot of fuckery with this match even happening, it'd be even more because Cody was not even supposed to be in this match.
Right.
We mentioned this last week. But then Randy Orton was the winner of the Chamber. Yep. Which granted him a one-on-one match with the champion. If you made it a fatal four-way, it's like what did I win the Chamber for?
But I mean, so in the grand scheme of things, if you're going to sacrifice some story here and there, would you rather have said, okay, these two didn't technically have a claim to the match, but they're in it now? Or now we have Pat McAfee and Jelly Roll and all this crap going on now. Like, I would have took the sacrifice on the other end. I feel like I can buy into them getting a... But you saw Chris Van Vliet, the Drew McIntyre interview. The contract never even said he can compete in a match to get a title shot. So they think we're stupid. We're not stupid. We catch everything. We're like Law and Order SVU in this bitch. But real quick before we move on, I will give Pat McAfee this. He said, you always have been an elite runaway, Cody. Come on, Stardust. What are you going to do? Plant your lips on Paul Levesque's cheeks back there? Going to suck Triple H's ass? Like, elite? All Elite Wrestling? Runaway? Running away to All Elite? That was pretty funny. That was good, but
it was
not enough to win me over. Yeah, it's not enough to win me over. He thinks he's the fucking Rock right now.
And then every 5 seconds, he just starts flicking off the crowd. And then the cameraman is doing his damnedest not to get his fingers in the shot.
Yeah. And Cody had a good rebuttal. You keep saying you missed the Attitude Era. Randy Orton didn't even appear until after the Attitude Era. Like, what are you looking for here? And that, the last thing. This is why this sucks. Pat McAfee came out and said, WWE sucks, except Randy Orton. So you should only watch the Randy Orton match. Oh, by the way, here's an ad mid-promo. Dodge Ram is going to give you 25% off. Fuck off, dude. They played us into an ad and a promo. Get out of here. Anyway. Stephanie Vacquer versus Liv Morgan. This is a feud that has the least amount of time given to it, and it feels so much more important.
Yeah.
It's so good. Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez are still recuperating from their noggin to noggin. I mean, Stephanie Vacquer and Liv feel like pure hatred. They've done so damn good at building this feud. Give me some thoughts on this. What do you think of this build and your prediction?
Well, they made it personal in 2 languages.
They did.
And
tu madre es basura.
Basura.
Puta.
And a lot of... They didn't have a lot of in-ring time, but their backstage segments they fucking nailed them. Not to mention this past Raw, and then what they did on social media, Liv Morgan showing that big ass bump on her forehead. saying,
Yeah,
Stephanie, I got you, bitch.
so crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
No, they're they're doing really well here.
and this is one feud that didn't need like so on the other side we got Jade versus Rhea, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Rhea's got to have BFAB matches and Michin matches. Liv and Stephanie haven't really had a match
No.
leading up in this feud. Um, I think Stephanie's last match was what against Raquel Rodriguez in the street fight,
Mm-hmm.
or did she have one
Yeah.
after that? That's the last one. This didn't
Yeah.
need any in-ring action. They built
No.
so much with the 2 minutes they get every
Mm-hmm.
week. They do the most, and it's amazing. So, what is your prediction? What do we got cooking here?
Liv Morgan wins the title.
You have Liv Morgan winning.
Mm-hmm.
I have Stephanie Vaquer winning, turning heel, joining Dominic Mysterio, and they become the new power couple. I'm just kidding. It's Liv Morgan.
I hope
However,
not.
however, her and Dom together with Stephanie as a heel would cook because Dom could be the mouthpiece, and they
Mm-hmm.
could be like the dominant Latino. You know, what am I thinking of? Like the power couple. Um, It'd be good, and it would give Liv Morgan that crazy ex-girlfriend vibe. Like she could go after her. Like it would be a good cook, but
So
I think
what?
it's
You
straightforward
a
here.
double turn?
In a fantasy world, right now I think that we're in line that Liv Morgan's going to win, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's a lot to explore with her and Raquel Rodriguez, Roxanne
Mm-hmm.
Perez, and right now I think Stephanie needs to take a step back, reevaluate, come back into the title picture. Not saying she's bad. I think we need to wait for some names to come back from injury and stuff and reshuffle this women's division so we get some fresh. Because I mean, the problem with this year's Mania, the tag team division has taken up so many stars that
Yeah.
there's not a lot of fresh feuds, and that shows with Jade Cargill not even having matches like now. So yeah, I mean, I think that after Mania, reshuffling the women's division, kind of breaking up some of these power tag teams and get fresher matches, I think that's going to help Stephanie Vaquer a lot in the next year. But
Well, we should
um,
get call ups from NXT also.
that's true. That's true. By the way, are we doing a draft this year? Are they going to be doing a draft? They
It is.
should.
It is around. It's about that time. Yeah.
It's about damn time. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch.
Oh,
Um,
you hate this shit. You want this to end,
I want it to end so fucking bad, dude. um,
and it will with Becky Lynch winning, or no, with AJ Lee winning.
Before I give you a prediction, I want to
Okay.
ask you a question. Is AJ Lee super part time because they want to make her appearances scarce so that they feel important? Or do you think AJ Lee wants this schedule? Do you think she'd want to have more matches? Or is WWE not
Uh,
letting her have them?
I think it's a little bit of both because she still has outside obligations that probably keep her from appearing. You know what I mean?
Comic books.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure she does. Do public speaking as well, as she is an author.
Yep. My question I'm getting at is if she actually wants to appear more and they let her, I could kind of see a world where she retains here because I want Becky Lynch back to the main event scene.
Okay.
But if AJ Lee retains and we don't see her for 5 months, that title's prestige is going straight down the toilet. So if you can't have your world heavyweight championship all the time featured on the show, you need to have the IC title. And I think that knowing what I know right now, before I get to you, AJ Lee is super part. She's like Roman Reigns times 2 part time. Like we won't see her till maybe SummerSlam. Like is what I'm thinking. Maybe if they have a crown jewel or something, maybe. But I think Becky is gonna retain here. Unfortunately, I think that or
Retain or
win it back,
regain?
regain. She's gonna regain it, and maybe lose it in a couple of months. She's sorely needed in the main event scene, like big time Bex, big time main event scene needed. And AJ Lee, unless she can commit to being there more, I mean, even 2 appearances a month would be better than none for 5 months, you know. So, what are your thoughts? I got Becky Lynch retaining, knowing what I know.
Well, is all you know she's super part time?
All I know is I don't see her on. Think about this too. She came into a red hot feud because CM Punk and Seth Rollins had it set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Becky Lynch. It was perfect for AJ Lee to come in. What other feuds could AJ Lee have outside of Becky Lynch that feels like PLE worthy?
Natty?
Maybe.
Rebuild Natty's reputation.
It's going to take a lot. She just got done with Maxine Dupree. That's a hard one. And Natty's not on Mania this year.
Who else is a heel on Raw?
Everyone's in the tag team division. If you want to see AJ, like, you know what the dream match would be for like next year's Mania? AJ Lee claims to be like the queen of the divas there. Like, she helped usher in these new ones, the new wrestlers. And Charlotte Flair is one of the original horsewomen. I think that AJ Lee and Charlotte's kind of a dream match.
Yeah.
Like, the best from both eras going at it, like proving who's the best. Other than that, it's like PLE worthy. I'm talking about. Like, she got matches on Raw, Asuka, Bayley, Lyra, but it's like,
you don't think Asuka and AJ Lee would be PLE worthy?
That's what I'm getting at, maybe. But it would take a long time to build that kind of feud up, and AJ Lee's only around once a quarter. So so long story short, I'm going to let you talk. That's why I got Becky Lynch winning. I don't want Becky Lynch to win. I want her to go to the main event scene, but I have her winning because I just don't see AJ Lee being around.
Well, I don't have her winning because I think that continues this feud.
You think it's still got to go on?
If Becky Lynch wins.
But I mean, do you think the feud needs to go on?
No, absolutely not. That's why I have AJ Lee winning.
I think we need to Old Yeller this feud. Take it out back and shoot it.
Yeah, that's why I say AJ Lee retains. That ends the feud. Becky can go on what do am I losing it? Kind of thing. I got to get back to where I am. I don't think it's gonna be 5 months. Clash at the Castles in Italy. I think she'll appear there. She might appear at the next Saudi show. It's not gonna be 5 months, but I do agree. Every twice a month would suffice.
I think so. So you got AJ Lee winning?
Yeah, absolutely. I do think she does need to show up more, especially she's going to be Intercontinental Champion. Maybe drops it to Bayley in a face versus face match, unless Bayley turns heel.
I think Lyra is going to turn heel.
Yeah, that's the play. Maybe Lyra versus Lyra versus AJ Lee for the title.
That match would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. This is the first disagreement we've had. I want to see how many more disagreements we're going to have. Folks, this is going to be a long video. So if you love content, put this in on your car and
whatever. We only are second match.
Yeah, well, we're about to get into
third match.
We're getting into a couple here that we don't need to talk much about. So, like, I think we're going to be very much in line on this one. Seth Rollins and Gunther. The only play here, and it's if the guy is healthy, is Braun Breaker cost Seth the match. Because then that can give Seth his new thing to do, is go back after his original mission, if you will.
Okay, that makes sense, but that cheapens this match, and that cheapens Gunther's victory.
Is Seth gonna lose clean here?
You said no, but it still
I don't
makes.
think. But I mean, what you were saying, like it cheapens Gunther's victory. So I was asking, like, you think Seth will lose clean in your prediction?
Well, if Breaker's gonna interfere, no.
Well, that's what I think. My prediction is Breaker interferes, costs him the match. If you don't have Breaker interfering, do you think Gunther just wins outright, or does he take a loss?
Oh, no, he's not taking a loss.
He can't.
No, he can't. He can't unless they flip it on us. Okay, all right. I changed my mind. Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I still say it does cheapen the win, and
Sure, it does.
and this match is kind of eh. You know,
It was a last minute.
you know what? I don't see Breaker interfering here. I think Gunther does win clean because then it feeds into the story. Hey, I did this favor for you. Now you owe me one. Give me Brock. Let me end his
That's
career.
that is 100% where this is going. He wants
Yeah.
Brock at SummerSlam and end his career. That's where that's going. But the problem is both of them need the win here because Seth Rollins is
Yeah.
just coming back. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like the happy medium. If you're booking like WWE, we had to throw this on last second. They both need different trajectories after this because Gunther and Rollins isn't a feud. Gunther
No.
attacked Rollins to get the favor from Paul Heyman. It would not be WrestleMania season unless Paul Heyman was giving out favors. And because it's been like that the last 2 years. But it also, Seth Rollins needs to go back after the Vision and Braun Breaker because I think I think that's one of their surprises. Is
Okay.
it's the dawn
Well,
of a new era. Braun Breaker's coming back tonight.
well, here if Gunther wins due to Braun interference, when Gunther goes back to collect, they can have the argument, hey, you won, but we had to help you.
True. Which that
And
can
the,
feed into a feud later down the road. Him and Gunther, you know how promos are. He'll be like, I already beat you once already, and Seth will be like, but you didn't do it alone. Because I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary.
uh,
Anyway.
can you really be a visionary if your own vision took you out?
Yeah, and now that Vision needs glasses because it's broken. Okay, so I got Gunther winning, you got Gunther winning, but we got it for two different reasons. Okay.
Uh, well, I'm in agreement with you. If he's healthy, it's because of Braun Breaker interference.
Yeah. Or Pat McAfee.
Uh,
Um,
uh,
the women's tag team championship fatal four-way match. I don't have much to say. I think Bella Twins win it.
oh, uh,
There's not a lot to talk about. Just
yeah, no, but that just chaps my ass. Oh my god. Yeah, fuck. As much as it pains me, yeah. At the very least, Nikki Bella will be wearing Jordans. So,
I mean, but you got to look at it like the only two options are the Irresistible Forces retain or it's the Bella Twins. Charlotte and Alexa need to help women's divisions elsewhere. They could still be
yeah,
friends, but like go after different things. And Lyra and Bailey, I think Lyra's turning heel sooner than later
yeah.
on Bailey, and they're gonna have a feud. So really it is only the Bella Twins or the Irresistible Forces, and I think that obviously the Bella Twins are going to have a WrestleMania moment. That's what I think.
Well, this is bad to say, but hopefully Nikki Bella's ankle's not where it needs to be. No, but yeah, yeah, unfortunately, Bella Twins.
All right. Now,
The
I saved these two because they're putting these two on for free. The first hour of ESPN,
yeah,
Saturday WrestleMania. We got the 6-man tag match.
yeah.
Logan Paul and Austin Theory and IShowSpeed versus the Usos and LA Knight. This is a perfect way to use a celebrity. This is the he
on
doesn't
free
even
TV.
want to. Well, not only that, but like how you build them to a match at Mania. He don't even want to be in this match. He got cursed into this match by Danhausen because
Yeah,
he got cursed and everything has went sideways. His facial reactions have been hilarious. Like I'm
yeah.
dying at him every week.
On the money for sure.
Yeah, and
Um,
yeah, and
it,
then you got the Usos and LA Knight. It's a way to get them all on the show. So
yeah.
I'm gonna let you go first. What is your prediction?
My prediction is the faces go over, and we see an Uso splash through the announce table on one I Show Speed.
I like it. I kind of this is where we're gonna disagree a little bit, but
Okay.
it's all fun and games on this one. I think the Vision and IShowSpeed win, but not because of anything else than the curse continues. I think that
Yeah.
IShowSpeed's going to be very reluctant. Like, I don't want to fight them. They're already going to kill me. I just want out of this match. And somehow he's going to get like knocked out onto one of the Usos and pins them to beat them. And he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I didn't want to do that!" And like, it is gonna continue the curse. I mean, unless this is before Raw, maybe Danhausen uncurses him, but I don't see that happening.
He gives
And
Danhausen everything he's asking for.
yeah, but I do think that so that's where I want my prediction would be. That's what I would want to see as a wrestling
Okay.
fan, but it's on free TV. The
Yeah.
goal is to get people to like it and say, "Oh, I need to turn the rest of the show on."
Yeah.
Casual people that they're trying to reach with this free first hour aren't going to understand what's going on with IShowSpeed and Division. So my prediction wouldn't, they'd be like, I don't understand. But seeing the baby faces go over and be like, okay, I know the Usos maybe or LA Knight, it's going to be just a win for the baby faces. Just pretty straightforward is what I think. So I think we're both in agreement. The faces go over. Here's a one. This one is surprising to keep on the free hour because this might have been suited for the actual Mania card. I know why they're putting it on the free hour. They want people to switch over to ESPN Plus, but unsanctioned match, Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre. Um, okay, so I want you to go first on this one because if I start talking, it's going to be a while.
Well, they're building it nicely with the backstage uh, vignettes, the and Drew McIntyre making it very personal. Bringing up Jacob Fatu's prison past, and to his credit, Jacob Fatu, he's responding to him pretty well here. I think it might end up being a no contest because they're just gonna beat the shit out of each other. I know it's not sanctioned, but it's like you still need some kind of order. You know what I mean?
I hear
And
you.
I don't think the ref, especially with everything being said, I don't think there's gonna be a ref there that can keep things in order. So it might just be a fight until they're just both knocked out.
Well, that would mean we continue the feud. and Drew McIntyre is going to film Highlander.
Okay, all right, okay. Then Jacob Fatu has to just take out Drew McIntyre. Then I didn't
It's
know that
gotta, yeah.
fact.
It has to be an angle that Drew can't be on TV.
Yeah. Through it, I don't think through an announce table is gonna do it. It
No.
might. I don't know. End
It's
up being
going to be
backstage.
crazy. It's going to
Yeah.
be crazy because it's on free TV and the goal is to get you to subscribe to ESPN Plus to watch the rest of it. It's going to be something wild.
Jacob Fatu's gonna run him over with a car.
And
I
then
did
come
it
out.
for
I
the
did it
Rock.
for the. We're in line. I think it's got to be something that puts Drew out for a couple months. I mean, he's recording. He's filming a movie. Jacob honestly needs to win here because he needs to have some momentum going into whatever his plans are after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe finding out who attacked him.
It's not Drew.
Drew said he didn't do it. And Solo even told him on SmackDown, do you even know who did it?
Well, yeah, like a heel hasn't lied before.
But Drew is also that kind of person that if he did it, he has no problem telling you he did it. Like if Solo were to say I didn't do it, I wouldn't believe him. If Drew says I didn't do it, I believe him because he would take credit for that. Like, you want to know who put Jacob out? I kicked his teeth in because I'm always getting screwed in this, like he would admit to it. He wouldn't hide it. Especially with everything going on. He's already screwed him over like 3 or 4 times in his pursuit of Mania. I don't think he would have hid like, oh, by the way, I attacked you. Like they fell off a building together, for God's sake. Like, no, Drew didn't attack him. I think that WWE did that to get him off TV and then said, oh, God, we don't have a plan. Let's just hope they forget. So, who do you got? Jacob, right?
Yeah. I didn't know that Highlander fact, so
yeah. But then they canceled the movie and Drew said, of course it did. I'm always getting screwed. No, I'm just kidding. It didn't get canceled. We're moving to Sunday night. That only took an hour, folks. We'll get through this one pretty quick. Free TV. Let's start there. Penta versus Javon Evans versus Dragon Lee versus JD McDonough versus Rusev versus Boyaka.
yeah.
Rey Mysterio. This match is going to cook. I just don't know why Rusev is there. Rusev has been in main event hell for 5 months. But, oh, by the way, you want a championship match at Mania? And we'll get to in a little bit why that's crazy because of all the people that are missing the card. Yeah. But what is your prediction? Honestly, I just know it's going to be a damn good match. So I'm kind of okay with any winner, but I'll give you a winner for the prediction. But go ahead.
You said, why is Rusev even on this match? I'll tell you why. Because he's gonna win the title. Do I really believe that? No. But
I was gonna say, if you really think he's gonna win the title, then
yeah, they're really doing nothing with him. So for him to win the title, it would really jumpstart it. So if everyone in this match, I would say he needs it the most. But I think Penta's going to retain here.
Penta just got it, and he's doing phenomenal with it.
Yeah.
And I am predicting he will win.
Yeah.
But since there's 6 people in this match, I will give you if this person won instead, I'm still okay with it. Javon Evans. Okay. Well, because we're going to get to Trick Williams in a little bit. How dope would it be at this Mania if Oba, Trick, and Javon Evans all came out on top?
Okay.
It'd just be dope for me. I like that idea.
Yeah,
But
yeah, but I say too soon for Javon to win, and I too soon for Penta to lose.
I agree. That's why I want Penta to win. But
Yeah.
if Javon did, I also wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, okay, I accept it. But it's still Penta should carry this for a little while.
Okay.
But
Or Rey Mysterio wins and drops it when Dominic retires him.
you know what? This is just me. We're talking about the greatest luchador of all time, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Arguably, but it's Rey Mysterio.
No, not
It's
arguably.
Rey. Um, well, a lot of people might say Eddie, whatever. It's Rey Mysterio, but I would like to see the retirement match happen in AAA for the Mega Championship. I think it would just be a nice story sound off that like he's retiring to his son Dom and like the AAA arena that is kind of a signal like this is the luchador arena and I'm retiring to put over the next best luchador of all time, my son Dominic, in his eyes, right? I think it would just be a nice send off to do it there. I don't know. That's just side thoughts, but
No, that's I'm okay with that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so we both got Penta to win.
Penta, yes. Before you move on, there's also another match that should have been on Mania that isn't going to be on Mania, but it's probably going to be in AAA.
El Grande Americano versus Original. But I kind of think that it's better suited in AAA too because
Yeah.
of how different the dynamic is over there versus here. Like here, no one gives a
True,
shit. In AAA, it's like legends clashing.
true, but the thing that concerns me is El Grande Kaiser Americano is super over there, whereas Gable Americano is just isn't
He's
it over
hated.
there. Yeah,
You know, Ludwig Kaiser is one of those characters of like, what could you have really done with him on the main roster? Like, he's good, but what could you have done with
yeah.
that character? This El Grande Americano thing might have saved his career for the rest of his career. I think that's going to be him forever. He is El Grande Americano now. All right. This one, again, I'm surprised it's on free TV, but I understand. You want people to watch the product, you want them to subscribe. Oba Femi.
Oh, that shit's on free TV.
It's on the free hour versus Brock Lesnar.
Oh man,
No VPN for this one, Matt.
so I mean we still can.
We
Um,
can, but
so Brock Lesnar is gonna lose and then just dip out of there. It's still sunlight out.
true. But here's the thing. I'm going to throw this into the universe and I hate it. Oba, first of all, you're right from the last episode. He needs to be on his ass on Monday.
Yeah.
Okay, he needs to be. No more security. Let him just get his ass whooped real quick, and then your tagline should be, "How is he going to overcome the Beast at Mania?" That should be how you end the segment. But it's ESPN. It's home of UFC too. Like they know UFC there. They know Brock Lesnar. Do you give? Remember what I said about the Usos in LA Knight? Like you're just gonna get the baby faces to win because people will know that more. A lot of people tuning in won't know Obafemi. They know Brock Lesnar. So do you give Brock the win? Are you going to sacrifice Oba to try to get people to subscribe to Mania on ESPN Plus? Is the end goal there? I think you still need Oba to go over here. I know a couple other reactors on YouTube are saying that it'd be okay if Oba lost because they can revisit this before SummerSlam. I'm telling you,
No,
You're right. You and me agree. The correct answer here is Oba cannot lose this match.
he loses, you forget everything.
Forget everything. And again, if you would have had him lose to someone who's 40 at Mania, that's his size. If Brock Lesnar was 10 years younger, I couldn't argue because I'd say, yeah, it's fine. Either way would be good. Brock's on his way out.
Yeah.
He ain't got long.
Nope.
So destroying Cena does nothing for Brock.
No.
Destroying the future monster does nothing for Brock.
Nope.
Oba has to go over. Do you concur?
I concur 100%.
All right. So I hope it is a match of monster magnitude, and I just hope they don't pull some bullshit. If Brock wins, some people might subscribe to ESPN Plus to watch it.
He's gonna win by Kimura.
Yeah, I will unsubscribe. Can you imagine he wins by count out?
If that happens, I'll start watching Dynamite.
Or he'll handcuff him to a ring post and the handcuffs will come apart.
If that happens, I'll be watching Collision.
This should be a collision. But okay, we got Oba winning. It's the only right answer. I can't hear any argument. Well, it's Brock. No, it does not matter. Oba wins this match. So
if Lesnar wins, I'll watch Rampage. Wait, Rampage is not a thing anymore.
Yeah. Oops. I'll watch NWA Power, bro. What do you miss me, bro? I used to watch it on YouTube all the time. That's when our GM Nick Aldis was champion over there when I was watching NWA Power.
And where LA Knight was Eli Drake. Yeah.
Yeah, he was. We got Sami Zayn versus Trick Willie, a.k.a. Trick Williams, a.k.a. the Lemon Pepper Steppers. Trick Williams. Now, we talked earlier, maybe a double turn in a couple matches. This match is the double turn. For sure at Mania. No one likes Sami Zayn anymore. Everyone loves Trick Williams.
No one likes Lil Yachty.
Well, I think that he is going to kind of be heelish. I think Trick kind of takes him out after the match when he wins the title. That's your double turn.
Okay.
You know, this is one of those things again where I like Lil Yachty on TV with him, but I don't see why he should be at Mania with him.
He doesn't do. I disagree with that. I think he adds nothing. To Trick Williams. And of all those times I've seen him on TV, it's like, what are you doing? What's this guy?
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
All I can hear in my head is like reminiscence of last year's Mania. Fiend. Like,
wrong artist.
not another artist that's gonna. We got Jelly Roll, Travis Scott. We got Lil Yachty. It's just a fucking award show in here. We got I got Trick Williams winning this match.
Yeah, you double turn, okay.
But I have it because I want. Maybe it's not a double turn because the next feud I want is Trick and Carmelo, and Carmelo's a face.
Yeah.
So
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. When Drew McIntyre returns, is he returning a face or a heel?
It depends where we're at when that happens, because I don't know the outcome of the Cody and Randy feud. I don't know, is Cody's not going to be heel now. He can't turn heel because of all this crap with Pat McAfee. I think that Drew needs a different character arc. This whole I'm getting screwed thing has kind of run its course now. I think he needs to come back and be a face, I would say. But it depends how many faces and heels we got when he comes back. Is Sammy a heel at that time?
That's my point. If we do this double turn and Drew comes back as a heel, you're basically going to have two of the same person.
Yes. So But Sammy, he just acknowledged the boos too. Again, Sammy's kind of like Cody right now. There's some fatigue. No one wants to, because just like Cody gets thrown into the championship matches, Sami Zayn gets thrown into shit to screw other people over. And look, Carmella's not even on the card now. People didn't want to see Sammy in this. I would have liked to see Sammy involved in that main event scene. Imagine Pat McAfee not here. What if Sami Zayn would have been Pat McAfee right now? Sided with Randy Orton because Randy Orton told him to listen to the voices, go to that dark side. And he said, you know what? I'm with Randy. I'm going to listen to that dark side. And goes off on WWE. I just gave WWE what they should have done right now. That's what should have happened. Sami Zayn, he should stop fighting water bottles and start fighting the good fight in the main event scene. Isn't it crazy when you're talking, right? I love doing this podcast because as I explain that to you, the only option was to put Sami Zayn with Randy Orton.
Yeah.
It keeps Sammy in the main event scene. It's a current active roster member. And you create this little stable. You could add Kevin Owens to that because Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn go way back.
And it's not go away heat.
It's not go away heat. It's just straight up. And Sammy, Randy Orton's good on the mic, but Sammy can make people hate him if he wanted to.
Oh yeah.
You know. And so anyway, the expert writers in the room here say that Sammy should have been with Randy. You got to capitalize on Trick Williams right now. He's got to win.
Yeah.
And you got to focus on him and Carmelo after this.
I don't know how you get there, though, because Sammy's not just going to go away.
Well, he needs to. He needs to. Unless, I don't know. Trick Williams wins. Do you agree with that, though?
I do agree.
Okay.
Double turn.
Next, double turn. Maybe triple turn. Lil Yachty turns face too.
Oh, God.
We got the Demon Finn Balor versus Dominic Mysterio. Now, I see you rubbing your hands. You're doing the that meme that getting ready. We both said we didn't want the Demon at WrestleMania.
True, but they made sense.
Correct. I was like, you know what?
It made sense.
Kind of want it now, and it is Mania. The spectacle of it. Him back in trunks and not his pants. I think that it's a good move. That said, there's nothing left to say. Demon wins.
Yeah.
Like, the Demon ain't losing to Dominic Mysterio.
Not at all.
So, we don't even have to spend much time on that one. Good.
Finn Balor's been on his ass. This is a good comeuppance.
Well, also, I would say this signals the end of the feud. Where do you go after the Demon shows up?
Yeah.
You don't. You can't go back to them in matches on Raw against him.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, God. I don't want to do this one. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship. I don't think we're going to know what the build to the match is until they walk to the ring at Mania, because it changes every week.
Yeah.
Like, we don't even know what it is. Couple things I want to mention to you. If Rhea wins, no one for her to fight right now.
No.
If Jade wins, you're praying and hoping that Bianca Belair is coming back and do that feud.
Yeah.
This match, no matter who wins, is screwed, because what do you do with them? Rhea Ripley's too big of a star to not have feuds. And there's no one for her to feud with over there. I mean, it's on that like a Jade level.
She's gonna go back on Raw.
If she wins, she won't with the title.
Oh no.
If she loses, go back to Raw. Right?
Rhea's not gonna win.
Okay, so you got Jade winning.
Yeah, if Rhea wins, it's just gonna be like Stephanie Vaquer.
And it's gonna show that They have no trust in Jade.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to keep this on Jade. Jade now has a
The
stable
baddies.
around her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I
they
also don't
can
want the stable to be the reason she wins. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand them you not wanting them to be the reason she wins, but how else do you go? You can't dominate Rhea. Um
It would send
they're
a
not gonna
message.
they're not gonna they're not gonna have a barn burner, you know?
That is not going to be. I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have the in-ring chemistry because Rhea is used to being the dominant one in the match. She can't be that in this match. She's not used to getting ragdolled around. So
Yeah.
I just don't see the chemistry going to be there to make this a monumental match. I think that this was fine. You did it and move on. Like, I don't mind a little interference, but I don't want it to be like, what I mean is, like, I don't want a referee distraction and Meechin hits Rhea with a kendo stick and Jade pins her. Like, I want to see maybe a distraction where Rhea sees them and she turns around into a Jaded. I will satisfy with that. Like, but Jade needs to hit a finisher and pin her. It can't be no BS weapons or whatever, right? So,
No fruit
uh,
roll up.
no fruit roll up.
Um
Jade's got to. She's got to win. That's my prediction. Jade wins.
if Asuka versus Io doesn't happen, I see Io coming out to the ring with her.
Do you see EO costing her the match, turning heel?
No.
You can't. But it just
No.
throwing it out there, asking you,
No.
asking you.
No. I don't see it. But um I'm guessing they're gonna be playing Io's injuries here. Even with Io's interference to thwart the interference of the baddies, I think it's gonna be a detriment to Rhea because Io is still should be selling the ribs and the elbow. It won't be enough to overcome.
Yeah, I don't think so. So we both got Jade winning.
Yes.
Okay.
Now what she has afterwards, I think you might have to rinse repeat, go back to a feud with Tiffany Stratton until
Bianca comes
you
back.
know, yeah, until Bianca's ready to come back.
Um, yeah. No, I agree. Um, okay. Is it great to be alive on a Monday night on Triple Threat Wrestling or what? But we got CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. I said it last week. The feud had me intrigued the second they had their first promo. Second week was very good. Slowly tapering off into what we got this past Monday. It ramps up again, but CM Punk was by himself, and he's talking about Pat McAfee, who's not even involved in this feud. He's involved in the other feud. So, him saying lower the ticket prices and all that. Again, I'm going to ask you, do you think that's a shoot on TKO, or is that just, are we getting worked? I know the answer, but are we getting worked?
We're getting worked.
We're getting worked. So, I think that all that is just a last minute desperation attempt to sell these tickets.
Yeah.
I do see a couple of people talking about Team TKO versus Team WWE for the next year leading up to War Games, maybe. Could happen. If it does, that
Good.
kind of impacts this match too, because Roman would be on Team TKO because he's cousins with The Rock.
Unless they start the build to that match.
If we don't get it, we've said this the last 2 years, but
Yeah.
next year, if we don't get Rock and Roman, we will never get that match. That will
And then
never happen.
we can see the Zebros tag again. Or beat team again.
Fun fact. Okay, I'm gonna throw this at you. Did you know that I did not know? I thought the Zebro stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
I did not know they're the actual voices of the Zebros in Zootopia.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Zebros.
And I've seen the movie a bunch of times with my daughter, who loves that movie. And I'm just like, why are they like Zebros? Like they both like Zootopia? They were fucking in it. I didn't know that. Anyway. Yeah, I see a lot of weird matchups this year. Like this year when the Vision is full force and Seth is embroiled in that feud, I do see a world where CM Punk is also fighting the Vision, and Seth and CM Punk have no option but to team up to take out the Vision. I do see a world where that happens. Maybe Punk and Roman team up later for whatever. But the thing is, Roman and him hates each other, and maybe he doesn't want to team with Punk because he's old, even though they're like 7 years apart. But
they're Zebros.
they're Zebros. This is one of those matches where I'm 50-50 right now. I will give you a prediction, but
Okay.
I'm 50-50. I just
Do you want me to go first?
Way. I want you to go first. Spit your game. CM Punk?
Yeah.
Just straight up beats him, or is there other stuff in play?
So night 1 is the 6-man tag?
Night 1 on the pre-show.
Okay. I think the Usos get involved and turn on Roman.
It's possible. It's possible.
Not necessarily aligning themselves with CM Punk, but just going against Roman.
Hear me out.
Okay.
You know I'm a big fan of following the story. Okay. Follow the story to completion. Pat McAfee and CM Punk now have jabs at each other. You could have easily just had Cody Rhodes be the one standing up to Pat McAfee and TKO or whatever. There's a reason CM Punk got his face in there because Pat McAfee never mentioned Punk. Punk mentioned Pat McAfee in response to it. I could see a world where Pat McAfee comes out. Hear me out, because that's disgusting already, but hear me out to completion. He comes out. Punk is furious he's out there. Rock does come out, and they help Roman win, but Roman doesn't want the help. Like, he's going to get pissed about it. And that's going to create some dissension, but it's going to be The Rock pretty much saying, yeah, Roman could get it done, but I can't take chances. This kid's not going to talk his mouth to us and TKO and all that, Ari Emanuel, and get away with it. He doesn't get to retain this title. I could see a world where that happens, and that is your catalyst to Rock and Roman to next year's Mania. But that means Roman has to carry the title for a whole year. He doesn't really need to, but if he does, like, he's got to be there more. He can't not be there. So that's just me. Not my prediction, but that's some thoughts. Pat McAfee and Rock could come out and cost Punk the match.
Oh, okay. Then that would be 2 nights of Pat McAfee in the main event.
I understand. That's why it's not my prediction. I don't want to see it. It could happen. I'm just telling you, don't be alarmed.
What's your prediction?
My prediction is, if I'm leaning one way, I'm leaning CM Punk, but Punk's not beating Roman clean for sure. Okay. So someone costs him the match. The only way Roman wins is if McAfee and Rock and all them get involved.
Okay.
Or you could see this world where WWE again says, what sells? We're not selling tickets. What sells? The Bloodline sells. Just have the Bloodline come out and cost Punk the match. Let's rinse and repeat. I could see that. And Roman is my favorite character probably of all time. I always acknowledge the Tribal Chief. But you got to follow the story. I think that there's much more to tell with Punk and maybe Rollins again this year for that title. I just see CM Punk winning, but not clean. There's going to be other reasons why he wins.
Can you enlighten us what those things are?
Like, I'm kind of in line with you with the Usos.
Okay.
Although I don't necessarily see that either, because they literally told Roman to get Punk the last time they were with Roman. They're like, get his ass for what he said to our family. And, you know, the bloodline don't play with their family. So if they do turn on Roman, they're also kind of turning their back on their family and what CM Punk said about their family. So do they do that? I don't know. There hasn't been enough story to tell of Roman having dissension with the Usos and having that happen. So I don't know. Maybe a double turn. Punk turns heel on Roman. There's a number of ways this can go. Paul Heyman could come out and realign himself with the Roman Reigns. He could, because the shit with the division ain't working. Is Paul Heyman really going to be regulated to managing Logan Paul and Austin Theory? Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed aren't even around.
He sends the vision out there.
Yeah, I just think CM Punk will win. I do think it's due to outside forces, but there's a number of those that could happen. So that's where I'm at. Ending this video, I need to go over the names of, we just talked about all these matches.
Yeah.
Here's who don't have matches at WrestleMania. Now, for you listening at home, understand that some of these are injuries. I am aware. But these names I'm about to say are not on the Mania card. Are you ready, MVP?
I'm ready.
We don't have Braun Breaker. We don't have Bronson Reed.
Injured.
Chad Gable, not on Mania. But we talked about kind of why. Yeah. Same with Ludwig Kaiser.
Okay.
Injured, but Sheamus isn't on Mania again.
Yeah.
Any tag team is not on Mania. There's not one men's tag team match. Just the triple, or the 6-man tag, right?
The 6-man, yeah.
No tag team match. Asuka, Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Kairi Sane.
Okay, before you continue, Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Io Sky potentially could.
This is before SmackDown. Potentially could before Raw, too. It could.
It could,
but.
Or if the bells can't go, insert Kabuki Warriors. I don't know.
Well, Io Sky still don't have a match. It's a shame too, because I think that Asuka and Io Sky could happen, and then this is Kairi Sane's WrestleMania moment, standing up for herself. The crowd would pop. But as of right now, we don't have that. Maxine Dupree, I only brought it up because she's been involved in some women's matches. Natty, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, Aleister Black doesn't have a match at Mania, Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, Ilya Dragunov, which is a shame. Carmelo and Ilya carried SmackDown all year with the U.S. titles, and they're not on Mania. Johnny Gargano is going to be at Mania. He'll be planking on something in the back. Kevin Owens is injured. Matt Cardona, no Mania match. I'm not finished, but apparently he's finished having matches at WrestleMania.
Well, he's always ready.
Yeah. Rey Fenix, Shinsuke Nakamura, The Miz, Solo Sikoa, never had a Mania match. Never did.
Been involved a lot.
You know what's a shame too? I don't know if you heard the news today. So you saw what happened last week on SmackDown? Tama gave the lantern back to Uncle Howdy.
Okay.
Said we're done with them. So SmackDown coming up is going to be a street fight. The MFTs versus Wyatt Six.
for the lantern?
Custody for the lantern.
Put
Bianca
that on Mania.
Belair.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Bianca Belair is injured. Chelsea Green, kind of injured.
Injured.
Yeah.
Nah, dude. High ankle sprain's an injury, man.
Julia.
Injured. No.
Jordan Grace injured. Kiana James has had some momentum, and then her and Julia haven't even been on SmackDown in like 2 weeks. Naomi gave birth. Tiffany Stratton. Let me explain to you this. Tiffany Stratton is not on Mania, but she's in the Mania advertisement at the dinner table with Rhea and Jade and all them. Make that make sense. Because
Io's in that.
Io's in it too. You're right. So what are we doing? You're advertising people that won't even have a match. And then here's the thing. If they were in there and they had a plan for them and then they changed course, what was Tiffany's plan? Where did she fit into any of this? She has no Mania plans.
She'll host it with John Cena.
God. Or do another, you seen those Chumba Casino ads with her and Drew McIntyre? They're all over YouTube if you watch an ad, but it's a little it's a casino app, and Drew McIntyre is there playing it, and she goes, "Why don't you give that back to me, Drew?" He's like, "You're not taking my chips, Tiffy." And then she goes, "Oh, like Damian Priest took that title from you?" Burying Drew McIntyre in Chumba Casino ads. But yeah, Stratton has no Mania match, and Zelina doesn't either. Now say it. Oh, but Zelina's with Aleister Black. Okay, great. He don't have a match either. So a lot of star power missing. Now, obviously, I threw in like Maxine Dupree, Natty, but like Io Sky, Chad Gable, Aleister Black, Carmelo Hayes, Damian Priest, Ilya Dragunov. You couldn't find a spot for Solo Sikoa, Shinsuke Nakamura, Tiffany Stratton. That's a lot of talent to miss WrestleMania.
Well,
I almost said WrestleMania.
That's where an Andre the Giant Battle Royal comes into play.
I hate him. I hate him so much. It does nothing. And it's not even on Mania. It happens on SmackDown now. And we're not even getting that because an hour is going to be dedicated to the MFTs and the Wyatt Six.
And then do we even have a trophy anymore? Didn't Carmelo Hayes break it?
We didn't even have an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year. Not to my knowledge. I don't think we did.
No, I think Carmelo Hayes won it.
Really? Where's my mind at? I swear we did not have one. Fact check. Be back in 2 seconds. We are back. We fact checked it. Carmelo Hayes won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year, which is mind blowing because I didn't even know there was one. So I watched the same show you do. I don't know how we missed it, but I did. You didn't. I don't remember happening. Anyway, this was the long version of our prediction video. I might make a shorter one after Raw because then we'll get a little bit better idea where we're at. But if you agree with these predictions, drop them in the comments. If you don't agree, drop it in the comments. Put your predictions in the comments. What would ruin this show? What would make this show? All the good stuff. I want to hear all your feedback. And if you've been with us this long, it's been about an hour and a half almost. There's no reason why you can't hit that follow button. Follow us on our journey. Follow us as we march forward and get 2 million, 3 million, 4 million views, all that good stuff. Join us for the ride. So until the next one, MVP, we'll see you on the next one.